Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Starts with a run by White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
First down, here's White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Play action. It's Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz in the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Raiders 7, Saints nothing.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Blake Gilligan on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights on in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning. Because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. They're on 31-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Play fake. Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
First quarter with the score, Raiders 14, Saints nothing.
Winston now to throw on first down.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43.
That's good for the Saints. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, Winston. And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing, Winston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. It's 4th down.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Ebron caught left side.
He'll get it inside the 20. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon.
And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throw for it on 4th down. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Short little throw to Ebron. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman could wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
Winston on 3rd and 2. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Now Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got his man. It's White. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone.
Pass midfield, look out. The 30. 10, 5, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Saints. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A run to begin the second half with White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Jameis to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to find Warner. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. White, he'll try the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Justin Evans.
And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
First down, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On second down, Kamara. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Kamara trying again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Eric Ebron. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. offense set to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try and grab that lead back. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And give him 9 yards on the second down swing play.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Carr to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Hardy set to return. Touchdown, New Orleans! Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Saints have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Wants to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Phillips now from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Flush to his right. Open man, that's Renfro. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 63 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. From the 45 on second down, Carr toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle. This is Wright. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And that's complete to Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Carr to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
93. Throwing his Carr.
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. And boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
One last shot now for Winston. That one complete downfield to Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Las Vegas, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens